No one would have possibly imagined Argentina as Copa America champions. No one. Lionel Messi during this tournament, top goal scorer, top assists for the best player on the planet, the best player of all time. Well, the debate should never come down to one game, but for many, it was always the cloud hanging over Lionel Messi. Cristiano Ronaldo had the Euros. The likes of Pele, Maradona have a World Cup or numerous World Cups. For Lionel Messi, it was the one thing that eluded him. And tonight, Lionel Messi is going to pick up that famous trophy.
Sacarme la espina de poder conseguir algo con la selección, había estado muy cerquita muchísimos años y sabía que en algún momento se iba a torcer, se iba a dar.
This, man. What a trophy, man. One of the most one-sided performances I've seen. This is what gives me hope, man. Argentina dismantled the European champions. The best Europe have to offer. Dismantled. Obliterated. Look at this. Messi at Wembley, I'm telling you, man. Wish the final was played in Wembley today.
I still do not understand.
Going good, sir. What about you?
He's the best player I think all three of us have ever seen. You've got greats that come before, Pele, maybe Johan Cruyff, of course we saw Maradona, but I would say Lionel Messi is the greatest player to ever play football, and that may not be universal in everybody's eyes because everyone associates you have to almost win a World Cup.
Nonsense.
And I would love nothing more than in Qatar for Argentina and Lionel Messi to win the World Cup, just to cement him where I see him, but in everybody's eyes, as the greatest player to ever play the game.
Could not have said it any better myself, but yeah, there are a few situations here which is a bit of a problem, and I'll explain. Number one, there's the problem of this guy, Varane. Finals is a problem. This motherfucker, chat, has won 15 out of 17, which is kind of crazy, right? If you deep it. But I think, like, I'm the type of guy, you know, I do believe in this kind of stuff, but at the same time, it's like, whatever, man, you know? Nah, it is D-Day. It is D-Day. And yeah, obviously, the biggest problem for sure remains this Canadian fraud. This is a problem, massive problem. I don't know how many have been able to counter the scares. Not many. It's frustrating that, like, why are you coming over to, like, it's a World Cup final and they all come out, you know? There's no anything about football. Like, when an ice hockey World Championship final happens, you don't see me all of a sudden pretending like I give a shit, pretending like all of a sudden I care about hockey and I understand hockey. No. So why are you coming once again to our sport? It's the same thing. Why is a Canadian company making a football game and coming over here making football games? Make hockey games, make Madden games, and stick to that. So who are you to come over here? Like, it's a problem. It's a massive problem. It's a massive problem. And also, before I forget, I just want to say an important thing, because I think it's super important. I think this one, I've seen it. I seen a statistic which I think is important, that because we have to believe in this kind of stuff. Was it these guys that done it? No, I don't know if it's these guys. But essentially, it comes back to my club again, chat. It comes back to my club. Final, what's the statistic again? Is it goals, I think? This is the one. So I believe in this. So most World Cup final goals, Inter lead with 8 goals. Juventus 6, Santos, or you could just say Pele on his own, 5. Bayern Munich 4, West Ham. Oh, what's his name? What's his name? On his own. Jeff Hurst, on his own. But I just feel like I think Lautaro's going to score today. I think he's going to score the goal. I think it'll be 0-0, 65th minute. On comes Lautaro, and I think he's the one that will deliver. I just feel like in these kind of situations, like Inter players have proven to be clutch in World Cup finals, like time and time and time again. And it's important that you factor these kind of stuff in, because it got me thinking a lot. I just want to mention this before we begin. And like we look at this Argentinian team, and like it's important that we mention this, because after the game, I am confident and I think Argentina will win. But let's lay it out there. I don't know why people are pretending like. Let's address the elephant in the room. We have an Aston Villa keeper. We have a right back that can't even start for Atletico. He doesn't even start, right? You've got a Benfica centre back. Sure, they're doing well, but it's still a Benfica centre back. You've got a Tottenham centre back who has never won anything in his career. Nothing. You've got an Olympic Lyon left back. You've got an Atletico midfielder that once again doesn't even start for Atletico. You've got a Benfica player who's just joined from River Plate. You've got a Juventus winger who has missed more games than he's played. Has he even scored a goal for Juventus? Maybe he scored like 1 or 2. You've got a Brighton player. And you've got a striker who doesn't start for Manchester City and is just joined from River Plate. So, like are we deep in this or not? Because, but then again, if he doesn't win, he gets the blame. I think that whoever. The thing is, France ain't good either, but they just obviously they have the names and they're better collective. I think whoever wins this game, I think we're looking at the worst World Cup winners, right? And France ain't good. I don't know how the fuck they're here. But Argentina, it's a one-man team. And that man happens to be 35 years of age. As good as he is. I think this may be the worst World Cup winning team since at least, let's see, like you've got France 4 years ago with Pogba, Kante. You've got Germany 2014 would obliterate these teams. You've got Spain 2010 would win. You've got Italy 2006 would win. You've got Brazil 2002, mother of God. Holy shit. You've got France in 98. That's as far as we're going to go, so then we can keep going. Who, once again, would kill either of these two teams. So, it's important to mention that you say Italy said that, bro, Italy had fucking a defense. Yeah, you were going to score against them, and then freaking Pirlo, Totti, like, please, man. Like, there was a team. Like, these two teams. Honestly. And more for me, if he does win it with this team, wow. Like, wow. There's no words left to say. There's no words left to, because, like I said, I gone through the team. That's a shit team. That's a shit team, man. Let's cut this shit, bro. But it's a shit team. But the one thing that is important that he has not had in previous teams, it's a united team. It's a team united by one common goal. I feel like in previous Argentina teams, you've got, Aguero thinking about God knows what, and then you've got Dybala, and there's like freaking Tevez and Higuain, and it's like, bro, you know what your role is. Pass the ball to Messi, and that's it. But they thought they were way better than what they actually were, so there's always a problem. So maybe that's the only potential thing. But we'll see. But yeah, I don't think France are good. I said I look at this French team. I think they're overrated. I think And especially with no Konate at the back, I think it's advantage Argentina. We've seen what England done to this French team down that side. The side of Theo Hernandez and Upa. That's the area Messi operates in, okay? Yes, he doesn't have Saka. He's got Di Maria, who isn't what he once was. But that's the area where I think they have to capitalize. They have to. I don't think the rest of the French team is anything special. I really don't. Indeed, thank you, Dr. Phil, for the 5 gifted kinds here. Manchester United fans, by the way, you could have had at least a guaranteed centre back there that's going to start and lift the World Cup. But the midge has been benched. Deservedly so, I think. We can't trust him. So I deeped it, and you make a good point. I deeped it. I looked at the World Cup this year. And I think the best team in the World Cup was England. I think it was England all along. I think it's a massive missed opportunity for you guys. I think you should have won this one. Like, I've looked back now, it's easy to look back and see. I think England was the best team. I think you fucked it up. And the fact that you have allowed the choker to remain in charge of yet another massive tournament. Ouch. Brazil choked, but if you look at England, chat, I just think England had what... You see how Alvarez and Giroud are doing, right? They're doing so well, and that's why Argentina and France are in the final, right? Because their strikers have turned up. But let's cut this shit. Neither of those two players are anywhere near Harry Kane. England had the best striker in the tournament that had a realistic chance of winning, and aside from a very good team overall, and yeah, I think that should have been the difference, and it turned out to be England's demise, which is a shame. But that's football, you know. That's football. What are you sending me here?
The world has been waiting for Lionel Messi.
I TikTok so shit on this, man. Can I download the app on here? No, I can't, can I?
Or it is never. The little boy from Rosario, Argentina, on behalf of every little boy wearing...
Yeah, this commentary was elite.
Messi on 1 million backs. Messi for 1 million flashbulbs. Messi potentially to crown his stellar career. He's done it before. He's done it brilliantly for his nation in this competition. He must do it now. Messi.
Oh, you're right, I am zoomed in. I was on 200% zoom. What the fuck? I don't know why. Yeah, you're right. It was zoomed in. Dan, how dare you, man? Show some damn respect. Clown. Very soft penalty for Messi versus Saudi Arabia. Conveniently leaves out the fact that Saudi Arabia, Argentina had one completely valid goal denied, but whatever. Non-existent penalty for Messi versus Poland. Sure, this one's debatable, but what would have changed? No yellow card for Messi when harassing Man said no yellow card for Messi when harassing opponents. Sounds like what fucking EA said about me harassing employees. These kind of people, I tell you, man. No yellow card for Messi's deliberate handball. No second yellow for Paredes after kicking the ball on the opponents. No action from FIFA when Messi trash talk referees. No action from Martinez trash talk. These guys are this right here sums up the snowflake generation right here. The fucking betas, man. Probably tomorrow, Hamilton. I don't know what state I'm gonna be in. Penalty did not get retaken because Messi scored. What is this guy yapping about, man? Honest to God. Argentinian referees when Argentina are still in the competition. Is he on about Portugal still? Like, why do you think Argentina were ever threatened by Portugal? You tell Messi right now, who would he rather face in a World Cup final, Ronaldo or Mbappe? I'll tell you what the answer is. It ain't Mbappe. Good lord, man. Cringe lords, man, I tell you. These guys are just cringe as well, man. These sad geeks, bro. I tell you, man, on Twitter, man. Sad bastard, man. Wait, who was this guy? Gaston headline. He has revenge. Remember, Chet, Di Maria didn't start in the previous World Cup or 2014 final because he was injured. Notoriously a big game player. I think Scaloni's got this one spot on. I really, really do. I think it's the correct lineup. It's the correct team. Thankfully, Acuna got injured in the warm-ups as well because even though he had a good game last game, I think he's a liability still. No, I'm not. Yeah, trust. Like I said, I told you guys already. Attack that side. Attack that side. That's the side they have to attack, man. That's the side they have to attack. We've been here from day one. Ecuador versus Qatar. Argentina versus Saudi Arabia. And here we are on December the 18th. World Cup final. The biggest game in football history. I think so. I think it is. I was trying to think earlier, like, has there been one game that's been bigger than this, that has more value than this? I just think you can't come up with a better final, honestly. Argentina-Brazil was never realistic, but we've seen those in Copa Americas. I think this is the one, like the best player in the world or future best player in the world versus the greatest of all time. It's like, it's one of those storylines where I don't know if tonight Takuma, but obviously we'll have all week for Football Manager next week. But tonight it depends, I guess, what state I am in. Do you trust Molina with Mbappe, or are you worried? I think it's the right thing because Mbappe, chat, I don't want to jinx this, but Mbappe has had 2 poor games. By his that's why for me the golden ball is over. Even if Mbappe scores 2 today, I think for me the golden ball, Messi has eclipsed him in the whole of the tournament. Like I have not seen, Mbappe has vanished, Messi hasn't. Messi's always been there in every single game. Maybe you could say about the first one. Mbappe, chat, the last 2, I tell you, he's been a bit of a pace merchant, you know. Whacks the ball, but hasn't really done much. I don't want to jinx it though, because like I said, I know obviously what he's capable of. Romero has to keep an eye out to help out Molina where necessary, as will Depot. Have to keep an eye on that side. The other side as well, Dembele is the interesting one for me because Dembele had a stinker, right? Dembele was forced to defend, and Dembele has to defend more than he attacks. So all the people that are worried about Dembele versus Tagliafico, I would say number 1, Tagliafico is better than Acuna defensively. Number 2, I think Dembele has to be forced back because if he doesn't defend, Mbappe ain't gonna track back, and then France end up in an imbalanced situation when they haven't got the ball. So we'll see, man. I think Di Maria, Theo, chat, that's the key. I've put Messi and Mbappe as my key matchup for obvious reasons, but for me this game ends on penalties. If it goes penalties, I think Argentina win it. Also, here's another factor. Hugo Lloris, he's had a brilliant World Cup, chat. He hasn't put a foot wrong. Well, I'm telling you, this guy has mistakes in him. Oh, and also the commentators just reminded me, France have never played at the stadium, chat. I believe in that stuff as well. France have never played, Argentina have played 5 times. There's no way Hugo Lloris goes a whole World Cup without making a mistake. This guy, accident waiting to happen. No, it matters. It matters. Of course it will. Subs. I think when Argentina start like this, right, they obviously can't bring on a Di Maria, But watch out for Lautaro. My prediction is simple. Argentina 1, France 0. Lautaro to score in the dying, well, not dying minutes, like last 15, 20 minutes. If Luis becomes the first ever player to captain his country to 2 World Cups, will you drop your agenda?
You've made the
He
World
won't
Cup
be the
10x
first.
more enjoyable. Even if you did say Denmark would reach the semis.
You know yourself though, Darren. Thank you. The pleasure is all mine, IVC. I should be the one thanking you lot. I said Morocco reached semis, so that counters it. Today's the day. If Pau Taro touches the pitch, Argentina 100%. You guys are so sad, bro. What do you think about Lisandro? I think it's good that he's on the bench to start. I just don't see why Argentina need to go 5 at the back.
Been here for all the watchalongs during
Maybe
the World
second half
Cup.
we'll see to seal out the game.
Finally here to watch the goat
But Lisandro
cementing
would have been
his
someone
legacy.
Giroud could have
Thank
targeted.
You, spoiler.
Someone asked me about substitutions. Watch out for Thuram. Marcus Thuram, my football manager, said he looked dangerous against Morocco. Those last 25 minutes, he was brilliant. He was fantastic. But the thing with Thuram is when he comes on, Mbappe goes up top. And Mbappe up top is less of a danger than Mbappe on the left. So there was rumors that they might start with Mbappe down the middle. Indeed, Thuram. He better deliver for me, I'll tell you that. Leonardo Clear. There he is. I wish Argentina had someone that could target Koundé as well, because Koundé's been poor a little bit. Like you could get at him as well, but I don't think McAllister can really drive at him.
My spoiler.
I think Messi wins the golden ball. Ah, you mean the golden boot, not the golden ball. How is that done, champ? Because what happens if Alvarez scores a goal and Giroud scores a goal? All will have a 4-way tie. So currently, chat, Messi has more assists than Mbappe, so he wins it, right? Well, it's his most assists. So Messi wins it. And this is it. Here we go. It's the Polish referee. It's a Polish referee. Like, I wonder if he salted that Argentina knocked... But technically, Argentina didn't knock Poland out. They helped them, because if they scored one more, they would have eliminated them. France knocked Poland out, so... Come on, Baldy. Welcome, how's it going, Nis? Look at ET and his ball. Or his butter. She's ruining it. Vamos, tipo. You're so sad, Dan, honestly. Boo! 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 He's smiling, Mbappe. That's not good news. He's smiling, the sadistic bastard. He's smiling. We need Master Splinter to wipe that smile off. It's Teenage Mutant Ninja face. Boo. Boo. This fucker is lucky, you know what that I'm saying? Shit, but he's lucky. He has lost the final before, however. He's lost the final at his own stadium. Listen to the fans. There is no denying which team feels like the home team, as they have felt in every single game. I don't know, Dan. I don't know. Thank you, Butterpants. Thank you, MTK. Indeed, bro. Indeed. If Argentina wins this World Cup, will you give credit to Scaloni? Of course, of course. Like I said, he's worried me a little bit at times, but of course, of course. Good afternoon, Boris Johnson. Good afternoon, Prime Minister. It's a feeling, this one. Cherish this. It comes once every 4 years. This one, however, I doubt I will ever have what I am feeling right now in a World Cup final ever again. If Argentina win, I'll change my name to Messi. I love your username, however, Gendov's Buttwater. Can you make it Messi's Buttwater? 4.1 billion are currently watching. 4.1 billion. Should we do a quick expose? There's no way I'm finding anyone playing that garbage, will I? Let's quickly do a quick expose. I refuse to believe. I'll refuse to believe. No fucking way there's people fucking playing this shit. What the